Finally, it started raining. We haven't had any rain for the past 2+ months or so, and it becoming really, really dry. Not just that, it's really hot, humid, and dry. But yeah. Anyway, this is one of the reasons why I chose laundry services. Whether it rain, it's not weather dependent. If it rain, we still have to do pick up, drop off. And today, on the other hand, it's a little bit different. Today, I'm only going to do drop offs, no pickup today, being Friday. However, I did make quite a substantial amount of cash, let's say, sales for the week. I realized that having to figure out what your customer look like in a weekly or monthly basis and see them in an overview, it helps a lot trying to figure out where is the opportunity the customer going to be. Beforehand, I was just putting people wherever, just put it in on my schedule so that I'm busy. And then at a certain point, you need to then figure out, okay, what is the best routing system for this? Because you don't want to trouble too much. You know, put them in a cluster. So if you're on this side, you're only doing this side, you know, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday type of thing. That was my plan, realizing that's not going to work out as well. So what I tend to do now is just have a, let's say, a circle, and then on a typical day, what I usually do is just figuring out on a typical, I guess, you know, a circle format, like a C shape. I was not expecting to have a customer yesterday, but they had an urgent delivery or urgent order. I'm like, okay, sure, no worries, I'll take it. So we had one. And then the next one is had a phone call that I just converted to another regular. This one's going to be weekly customer regular, which is going to help on the cash flow side of it. It might not sound much, but hey, every dollar count. So every time you convert a customer, let's say, and it was an easy sales because the customer already used my service previously as a casual base in a, I think it's just a one-off when the washing machine was broken, and since then they wanted to do it now. Washing machines back online, back from, I guess, their usual routine. But instead of doing the wash, dry, and fold, they actually wanted to do the ironing side of it. So, hence why there's a lot of clothing in there. Being the first week, when this is me, when I had a new customer, I tried to book it in straight away. I'm a little bit different than some services out there, let's say, because I can give them a quote over the phone. Because it's a standardized for me anyway, because I work based on weight, so it's based on how much load of washing do you have. So that's one. And number two is how much, what was it? Once I count how many loads, and then, yeah, send them an invoice straight away. And it's not where cleaning, where every house is different. It's not like mowing, where, again, every yard a little bit different. It's not where else. So my one is just a standard package per load, per kilo, and in terms of ironing, I just make a flat rate with the discount per unit, and just depending. And I have a minimum order spend. So for me, minimum order is for 15 items to be ironed. If you have less than minimum order, you're still getting charged the minimum rate also for the order. This way, you kind of know that when you go into a customer, you know how much you'll be taking home, let's say, or you know how much is the job going to be valued. So yeah, I don't try to discount myself because this is my product. This is my product and services. It just I just looked at the value of that. I mean, if you can't justify the value, then I would not be able to do a service for you. There's a certain criteria, let's say, that I do. An exception, if you are going to be a regular, I might be able to do a discount there for you. And depending on also domestic and commercial, because in commercial they give you a lot of volume. Due to that, the pricing is slightly a bit different, and more consistent, more big volume, more consistent. So and for that, it's slightly different pricing as well. So yeah, that's just my 2 cents. Every day, for me anyway, I tend to create a route the night before based on what I see, or the day before based on what I see, what I finish for the day. And for that, it helps a lot. That way you can navigate your day, maybe adjust where you're going to go due to distance, traffic, and timing or so. My routing usually I'm always trying to avoid the traffic off going to the city, because even though right now it's only quarter to 9 or so, sometimes get back, like if I'm looking at the city, I've got a city customer, don't get me wrong, but I try not to do that unless if I do it really urgently. Just got a message for a quote. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. See you in a bit.